Welcome to Statesboro, Georgia, and what many refer to as the prettiest little stadium in America and home to the Georgia Southern Eagles. But trust me, it can get a little ugly if you come in here and you're not an Eagle. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Georgia State Panthers, squaring off with another Sun Belt foe, the Georgia Southern Eagles. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Georgia State will kick it off to get this game started. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Eagles' offense takes the field. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. On the run, it's Slater. Oh, he's got a chance. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Boy, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. They're getting this guy lathered up. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. They have relished this tight victory since the last time these two got together, Paula.
Yeah, it's just winning is beautiful. And when you beat your rival and you get those bragging rights, Palmer, it is a glorious thing for a whole year and sometimes longer.
Well, that's the best thing about rivalry games like this. For the winning team, whoever pulls this one out here today, their fans are going to be bragging about this one for a long time.
Now, that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Give to the back. At the 40, there he goes. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that run play.
Georgia Southern really efficient on offense. Touch pass on the run. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
They make the stop after a pickup of 3. Balls at the 18. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Gonna run it. It's Slater. There to stop him after a pickup of 3. It's down to the 15. 8th play on this opening drive coming up, and they need a third down conversion. From the gun, running back on the move. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on fourth down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. The official says no good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. Line gets set, first down. He's looking to throw it. The sweet feet buy a little time. Georgia State jumps back to the line. Looking to throw, it's Thorne. Fires to the tight end. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes, and then throw the ball into open areas of the field. And
he lofts it high and deep down the left side. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive. Second down after that incompletion. He's looking to throw. Extending the play. At the 45 on his way. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. Snap it to the back. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. The Panthers come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to ride this running back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia State. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
And the returner will be dragged down. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just...
Oh, look out. There he goes. He's at the 40. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. Georgia Southern in a hurry. A first down run in the red zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
They'll run it. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. This whole red zone offense thing has been a little shaky. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia Southern.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
He'll pull it down and run. This senior quarterback moving the chains and picking up a first down for his team. Offense, quick tempo.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a first down.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Thorne. He's moving out of the pocket. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. Offense lining up quickly. On 3rd and short, the power run here. He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. On the return, it's Carr. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Slater. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Georgia Southern in a hurry. Using his legs, it's Slater. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Sixth play of the drive coming up. Leaves it with the back. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. With jet sweep pass. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, you've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
The Eagles trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. They've been denied on 2 of their 3 previous red zone trips, looking to pay this one off with a touchdown. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of pay dirt.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming down.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Georgia Southern.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Looking to pass. It's Thorne. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. On the move at the 30. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Takes the easy one to the back. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Quarterback moving. He's going to run it. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this game.
Third and short now from their own 48. From the gun, wants to pass. Forced out of the pocket. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. How frustrating for an offense to not only see the extra defensive back with the dime package, but still have their quarterback get hit.
Yeah, when you go down, this is a passing situation. And if you're a defensive lineman, I'm pinning my ears back. I'm not playing the slightest bit of run. I don't care if they run the football. I'm getting to the quarterback. Nice job understanding that, rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Just about a half minute to play in the first half. It's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. That's caught. It's Simon. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. Quarterback will audible. They'll throw it on first down. He rifles one deep down the right side. And he's brought down after a huge completion. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Slater. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Second and short now after that completion. Back to pass. It's Marshall. It's complete on the right side. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And in the closing moments in the first half, they'll try to put a free spot on the board. He got it. They'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys. And I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion. And no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. An offensive showcase, yes, but it's been those dynamic running backs who have set the pace. I'm curious to find out if this ground and pound approach is going to continue into the second half, or if one of those defenses will actually show some pride. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
And the Eagles will boot it away to start the second half. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he's a real nowhere man, tackled in this no-gain land. Running back searching for a hole. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Looking to throw, it's Thorne. He'll try to do it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. Running it back, it's Carr. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense, maybe time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll go to the ground. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. The Eagles racing to the line in the hurry-up. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Slater. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. Georgia Southern really efficient on offense. He'll come out throwing on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Lawrence. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys, but that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. Scanning the field, it's Marshall. And wings it incomplete.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Well, the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. This is well within field goal range, but that earlier miss could have influenced this decision. He's got it, and they convert. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a cheap-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. They'll give it to the back. Just finds that little crevice, and he's still up. Just outstanding vision from the young freshman on that run. Georgia Southern about to snap it on another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They get him down after a 4-yard gain to the 6. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Motion from the offense. Quick pass on the fly motion. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Quick pass on the jet motion. And the runner is down, and so is a flag.
Holding, offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. A tough 3rd down spot here. Field is condensed. Ball is at the 10-yard line. He's got it on the move. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Texas State managed to eke out the victory in a tighter-than-expected one. Don't blame the weather there in San Marcos this week. These Bobcats are to blame for this one being so close. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Receiver looks it in, it's complete.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
From the gun, give on the inside. They're able to make the stop, but not before Georgia State has a first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him. Georgia State jumps back to the line. Back to throw, it's Thorne. Moving out of the pocket. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Nifty little scamper on this one, enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Working the middle, it's complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Here comes the offense on second down.
Brings up second down.
Hand off from the shotgun. Headed to the end zone. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Panther! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive.
Georgia State, 14.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the offense on first down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
At the 24-yard line. Second down.
Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter. Georgia Southern has the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Give to the fullback. Shakes off the defender. In his sophomore season, he's really learned to find that running room. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The big fullback's got him. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Run it with the fullback. Brought down at the 48 after a gain of 5. Georgia Southern in a hurry. Give to the fullback. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. They have just bloodied their nose on this drive, all on the ground. It's 1st and 10. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Kept it on the ground on first down. See if they stick with that plan on second. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, how about that? They turn around and hand it off to the big fella, and he's able to get the first down. Nice play.
And the Eagles will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They make the tackle after he gets 2 down to the 25. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. To the ground with the back. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Snowed under after a pickup of 2. They'll mark it at the 8.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
That last play, not what they had in mind, and they've got a long way to go to get it close to the goal line to pick up a first down. Wide receiver shows motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a great job executing up front by the defense. They looked like they were ready for that play, and that was a bit of a more unconventional look from the offense on third down, but the defense was there to make a big stop.
They've converted every time on fourth down. 3 for 3 so far. They'll go for 4. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. Looking for a man. It's Thorne. Got it set up on the outside. You better be aware that stiff arm's coming. He gave him the business end of it and gets it out to the 14. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give them a finish.
They need a ton more of this, but you got to start the drives great. The first play needs to be really good. That was a good start. Now we got to keep building on it, and we got to do it in a hurry.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
And the Panthers will hustle to the line. He'll just keep slinging it. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Big first down sack for the defense. Brings up second down. He's looking to throw. He's got his man. And he's wrestled to the ground. 3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? They'll try to get the first through the air. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Looking for more room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
It's just frustrating. You know, you're an offense. You're in a great position. You're up by 2 scores. All you do is take care of the football. Premium, taking care of the football. We're trying to run some clock. We're trying to get out of here with a W. Turning the football over is the worst thing you could possibly do.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. To the air. It's Thorne. He's got him in the flat. Tackled immediately after the catch. The hurry up now. 2nd down. Clock ticking.
At the 26-yard line. Brings up.
He's looking to throw. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man down the middle. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Makes the grab, and he's got the first. And he'll be ridden out of bounds, but not before a good pickup on that one.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Fires into the end zone. And it's grabbed for the late touchdown. And how about this? It's not over yet.
And listen, still a ways to go. But great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a 1-possession game. We've got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
Just over a minute to go, and if they have a chance, they've got to come up with this onside kick. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. These are the games. These are the moments. This is the opportunity for the finish that people remember in rivalries like this one.
And those highlights that are shown for years and years to come. These big-time moments, Palmer, coming down to the wire, who steps up and makes the big-time play.
And this is why you lift the weights in the offseason. This is why you do all the gassers and all the sprints. For moments like this, game on the line in one of the biggest games of the year.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
It's a great play there by the defense, stopping that run. But now with less than a minute to go, you got to use your timeout. You got to try and conserve as much clock as possible to give yourself a chance to win.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Ball's at the 26. It's 3rd and short, and they'd love to pick up the first down and avoid settling for the field goal. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. Georgia Southern will try to use every second on this clock. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The run from the shotgun. And the tackle is made, but there has been a flag thrown.
Hold it. Offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Offense getting set for first down. Leaves it with the running back. And the defense drags him down. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. From the gun, running back gets to give. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Eagles!
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, meet, coffin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away.
Just one of those mistakes that can't happen as the kickoff goes out of bounds.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Looks like a penalty on the kickoff as the ball goes out of bounds. First down for this offense. He's going to pass. Trying to make magic with his feet.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Pressure coming. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.